Welcome back to the Seeking Success Podcast, the number one podcast in Toronto. Today, we have the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Sai, who's making his first in-person podcast, but second podcast on the Seeking Success Podcast.
Yes, sir. Welcome back, Sai.
Welcome back.
How you been, bro?
Back. Good, man.
Good. Yo,
glad to be back.
I just realized I didn't know you had glasses,
Just
bro.
for the intro.
Fucking hell. I didn't get the memo. God.
Well, I'll take it off halfway through, I guess.
But yo, Sai, man, it's a pleasure to have you back. For those that don't know Sai, we did a part one covering his whole story, so you guys can go check it out. But in a quick 60 seconds, do you want to tell us what exactly you do?
I just sell bullshit. Cut. I sell real estate. I collect a lot of bullshit like NFT stocks, graded video games, graded cards, any sort of investments that's a little bit wacky. We kind of dabble into now. You know, we're young. We can take a lot of risks. But mainly sell real estate. That's what I do. Commercial real estate and residential.
So people should dabble. Bro, is that an AP on your wrist?
It is.
Can we show that camera real quick? That shit's bussy. Should see the face on that. Jeez.
Yeah, what was the reason for grabbing the AP? Was there a celebratory moment?
Yeah. I've always, in high school, Jay-Z always talks about an AP, and that was kind of, one of my goals of being young. And the story behind, me not wanting a Rolex was because my little brother for one of my birthdays actually got me a guest watch that looks like a Rolex.
Okay.
He's like, one day you're gonna get a Rolex, and I say, you know what, that is gonna be my only Rolex. And when I got my first AP or my first good real watch, I decided to choose the AP.
Oh
AP,
shit,
yeah.
That's actually sick. What the heck?
Would you grab a Rolex still?
Let's see. I still have no plans of getting a Rollie.
Are you into
unless I
watches
get gifted one.
Oh, anyone watching? Is that the key to Sai's heart? Get him a Rollie.
Exactly.
Yo, I used to say
sentimental value.
Yeah. Yo, bro, as a joke, I like to say a guy would propose with a ring. A girl should propose to a guy with a Rolex.
That is so hard. I used to know that. But if a girl's proposing to you, what does it say about you as a man?
Well, the thing is, she would not get down on one knee. She would get down on both.
God. Oh,
anyways,
man.
Moving on.
I don't think it should be that way.
Sai,
be the guy proposing for sure, man.
So I wanted to ask you, bro, what's the biggest commission you've made off a deal?
It was six figures. I won't disclose the exact number, but I had a few six-figure checks.
Come on, bro. It's the Seeking Success podcast, bro.
In my time, and they were all commercial sales. One was a commercial lease deal as well. So commercial leases, I know a lot of people think it's like residential, where residential only pays 1 month full rent. In commercial, you can get paid on a 5-year term, 10-year term, 20-year term, and if it's large enough, you could earn six figures on a commercial lease deal.
For sure.
Very
That's
rare,
dope.
but it's...
That's actually sick. I never heard that before.
There's a lot of guys in commercial that are crushing it on just leases alone.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
God, we heard a statistic that there's some 80,000 plus realtors in Toronto right now.
Yeah, I think almost 100,000.
Is it 100,000 now?
Yeah.
Do you think it's still possible for a new agent to come in and take over?
Yeah, I think the barrier to entry is, it all comes down to you. I feel like in certain niches, the barrier to entry is tough, but if you work at it, stay consistent and outwork everybody else, of course, right? It's like basketball. A new rookie coming in, or could you be the next Kobe? Could you be the next Michael Jordan? Could you be the next LeBron James, right? Of course, there's always opportunity. It's you just have to outwork everybody else, work your ass off, and just grind, man. That's what we do, and we still do, because we know the next kid is probably watching us and is probably looking to compete against us.
Yeah.
Right? So we're like, okay, we see that, and we're watching all the trends from what the older generation did and what the younger generation did. And one of the reasons why we are where we are today, at least even in the commercial game, people see us as the young hustler or the young kid that's hungry for business and always hungry for the business.
Because if I'm not mistaken, commercial, that's usually a older man's game per se, right?
Yeah, I guess the average demographic, the average age is 40 plus, 50 plus.
Right.
Oh, wow.
But the dynamic is starting to change, right? I am starting to see a lot more younger guys, but even in that category, they're not as experienced.
Right.
So we had the blessing of being mentored and working alongside with experienced landlords, experienced agents, and we had good people around us to help us out with that.
Okay, fair. I want to ask you, since I guess you're on the front line in this, do you see brick and mortar dying out slowly? Because
like small mom and pop shops?
Yeah, especially with e-commerce going so crazy. We see Amazon opening factories everywhere.
Yeah.
And you're in the trenches, you are doing leases for these places.
Yeah.
What do you think?
One thing I'm seeing, so industrial real estate is starting to pick up. So a lot of the mom and pop guys are struggling because renewals are coming up.
Yeah.
It's not residential where there's a cap to how much your lease can go up. In industrial or commercial,
whatever
this
you
is the
want.
renewal. This is what it is, right? This is what the market
shit.
dictates. I mean, there is arbitrage, so you have to go through a process where it's fair market value.
Right.
You can't just go and be like, okay, I want X, Y, and Z.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
if the
yeah.
market dictates that price, then yes.
God.
But industrial is picking up, right? Like Amazon warehouses is the next play because of e-commerce. Retail is slowly starting to take a dip, but it depends on what kind of retail you're looking into.
Right.
But small brick and mortars, I guess, yet again, it comes down to your model, right? It
Yeah.
comes down to what you do, and if you can service the community and
Your
do a
unique
good job,
offer.
yeah,
Oh,
you're
for
good
sure.
to go, right? Even e-commerce, just because you start something on e-commerce doesn't mean you've got a hit idea.
That's true.
You have to be unique and different, and have to scale differently, right?
Oh, for sure.
What makes you different from everybody else?
Yeah, for sure. No, because man, that's gonna be interesting to see when this does segue into it dying off. Like, can you imagine, like, in like probably 10, 15, 20 years from now, you go to a Walmart and it's not the same experience anymore.
Everything's gonna be different.
Everything's pick up.
Even
you know?
Walmart's looking into that Amazon concept
seen
idea as well.
that.
So Amazon focuses on a day shipping. Walmart's working on you getting your item in the next few hours,
Yeah.
or in an hour. Even.
Well, they're already doing that with Uber Eats and stuff.
Yeah.
You can order
Yeah.
your groceries
Your
or
groceries,
Instacart.
exactly.
Yeah.
Instacart,
yeah. It's like almost sometimes same hour, depending on like
Yeah.
where you live
Yeah.
and how close it is. So
Exactly.
imagine if they could pull that off. Like, yo, why are we gonna have staffing and
Exactly.
all this? We could just have a warehouse,
if you
have
want to
drivers.
compete against Amazon, that's your bet, right?
yeah.
How do you do things quicker? And that's what Walmart's
Oh,
working
yeah,
on.
for
And they
sure.
might actually get it. Right? They
Bros.
have Penguin Pickup, right? I don't know if you've ever heard that.
Penguin pickup.
Pickup?
No, I
No,
haven't
that's
heard.
sick branding though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Penguin pickup.
God.
Yeah, it's crazy because right now we always talk about people are going to like instant gratification. Everyone thinks now. When we
Yeah.
get to that level,
Yeah.
bro, people are gonna be so fucked mentally.
And we have TikToks now too, so our attention spans are going lower. It's like everything's now.
Holy
so.
shit, we're gonna be such like stimulated, like
Yeah, man.
holy fuck, that's gonna be nuts. And I guess speaking of e-commerce, I want to ask you, bro, what are some other businesses or money-making ventures that you've potentially dabbled in?
Okay, in the past, I started off this necklace concept. That's kind of how I started. Well, that was my first job ever.
Yeah.
And that was like, I guess e-commerce for me was eBay and Kijiji and Facebook groups. So
Yeah.
on my way to Ryerson, I would just sell these necklaces. I'd buy them from China for like $2 to $3 a piece and flip them for $20 to $50 a piece.
Nice.
Right? But if I was on e-commerce then, I would have exposed sponsored ads. Now, what I would do was, I guess, utilize TikTok, right? TikTok is
Yes.
the next big wave. Maybe Instagram Reel Shorts or YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels, and look at different ways of marketing, not your typical, open up a page and kind of focus on things. I don't know if you guys ever heard of, I was watching this one guy that started a concept called Tabs. Have you ever heard of the chocolate called Tabs?
That's
Yes.
sex chocolate.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
So
yeah,
that,
yeah.
and he's a 21-year-old kid. He's on track to
Whoa.
hitting $10 million in revenue.
Nice.
The one thing I like about him is his marketing with TikTok is he doesn't even own his own page. He's got like 100 different pages. It's called user-generated content.
Yes,
and,
yes.
he's crushing with that concept, man. Right? It's kind of like what Andrew Tate does too, right?
Yeah.
Andrew
Yeah.
Tate has like 100, 500
fan
different
accounts.
meme pages. I don't know what they're called, like motivational pages or
Yeah,
whatever it is. And that's why he's famous. I don't think he even has an actual page.
TikTok? No.
Yeah.
I don't think he ever
It's just
did,
like
yeah.
Twitter and
Yeah,
YouTube.
but he's selling courses, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
everybody
yeah,
goes, searches him up, and he's
Yeah.
selling a shit ton of courses.
So right now, is there anything else that you're kind of doing as like a side hustle or anything? Or is it
Not
just
at
strictly
this
real
time. I
estate?
think I want to focus on kind of expanding the team, focus on what we're doing best, perfect that first, then look into other business opportunities and partnerships, and kind of go from there. So right now, fostering a lot of great relationships. Then once we're ready and kind of have a good system going with real estate, then maybe we'll look into expanding into other things.
Fair.
Right now, I have to service my clients, right?
Yes. So I want to ask you. I don't think we asked you last time. Do you have your own real estate portfolio right now? Like, do you have rental
I
properties?
actually don't. No, I own
No?
0 properties still. I wanted to use my 20s to learn.
Okay.
I'm 10 years in the business now. It should be 10 years in this December.
Okay.
Nice.
But no, I own 0 properties. Still a first-time home buyer. It's crazy, right?
Well, so you don't even own a personal residence right now.
Not at all. No.
Specific reason for that?
Yet again, learning in my 20s and then
Okay.
looking for opportunities. I kind of know how to look for opportunities to expand, but like I said at the beginning, I collect a lot of bullshit. Want
Yes.
to take high risk opportunities.
Yes.
I already have my hedge in real estate because
Yeah.
I may earn commissions. So maybe get into something safe, which is real estate,
Yeah.
later down the line. Right?
Okay.
Wow, that's
Right now, unorthodox, just buy. Just interesting concepts, right?
Fair.
Like graded video games, which is extremely high risk.
Yeah.
But I see the future because I think it's following the trend of graded comic books, right, from the 50s. So give it another 10, 20 years. I think graded video games, it's just very nostalgic. right? In the future, I do see that to be one of my retirement
Oh shit.
features.
When
You guys may not see it right now, but
No,
when
I-
you do get the money, they'll be like,
100%
man,
get that.
I remember playing Pokemon Red or Pokemon Yellow.
yeah.
I want to buy the perfect edition that's wrapped, sealed,
Yeah.
graded,
Yeah.
right? So
Oh, it's already
it's
high
art.
demand for anything Pokemon or Mario.
Yo, let's
Yeah,
actually dive into
yeah.
that.
Have you
So,
heard of that?
What are
Yeah.
you talking about? What consoles? Are we talking Game Boy, Game Boy
So
Color, N64?
yeah, like Game Boy Color, N64 games, even Xbox and stuff are getting
shit.
graded. Man, some of these games go for a fortune, right?
Yeah,
Mario
yeah.
games sold for like 1.2 million.
Man, the
I think
Mario
I
ones
brought
are
this up in
nuts.
the last podcast. There was a baseball card that sold for $10 million, right? Comic books are going north of $3 million now, like Amazing
Yeah, yeah.
Spider-Man, like $4 million or
Yeah,
something, like
yeah.
2.6.
Have you had any crazy buys yet so far?
Yeah.
You're a collector.
Purchases, like I own some interesting Pokemon games,
Oh, shit.
Game Boy Color consoles.
No way.
Like in mint condition?
Yeah. Yeah.
No
Rated
way.
like anything over 9. I look at specific games, first generation, and make those
Yo,
one
that's fucking
decision.
sick.
I know.
Man,
I
that's
would never guessed
Things that will
bro.
hold value, I think, long term. I mean, you don't just go and buy like a 7th grade or something that's like that won't hold
So
value.
is it the
but-
same like PSA 10? Like is that how it works? Like similar
Yeah.
to Pokemon
So
cards?
so in games, same thing. It goes up to 10, but usually to 9.8. But there's a grade for the seal, and there's a grade for the actual box condition as well. So we try to be as close to perfect as possible.
Fair. Wow, that's nuts. Because man, even with Nintendo and Mario today, like for the Switch console, right?
Yeah.
The
yeah.
games that retailed 4 or 5 years ago when the console came out,
Yeah.
they're more expensive to buy now.
Nuts.
Yeah.
Like from Walmart.
Nuts.
Like forget about like in the market, like
retail.
the retail price is going up for old games.
Wow.
And you know why? Because these games are also physical right now.
Yeah.
You know, and guess where the market's going, right? It's gonna be it's gonna be like the next Netflix of games. Xbox has their what do you call
Game
it? The
Pass?
The
Game
Game
Pass,
Pass, yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, and PlayStation has PlayStation Now,
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
PlayStation Play or something.
Yeah.
So everything's going online. So if you have a physical game,
Yeah.
that's gonna be like owning a
Wow.
piece of fossil, right?
That's pretty dope.
So like what's your game portfolio consist of now, if you don't mind sharing?
Just Game Boy consoles. Looking to buy more consoles as well. But a lot of games like Pokemon games, a lot of them pretty much buying my childhood back.
Yeah,
Or something that
yeah.
I would just enjoy, just leave it. And then, when it comes to retirement or whenever the time is right, I'll flip out of it and sell it.
If you were to
Everything has
estimate
money.
what your portio is worth in the gaming collection, what would you?
I wouldn't have a number, to be honest.
wouldn't?
To be honest, I
Rough
never looked
ball?
into that.
No.
Like a couple
rough ball.
thousand,
Are you talking
10Ks.
Probably in the 6-figure mark.
Six
But
figures?
yeah, I just
Six
started
figures?
as well. Yeah.
And then how much would you say you spent?
Probably in the 5-figure range too, or close to 6 figures as well. Yeah.
Okay.
So I
No
got
way.
I got good buys in. I got in early before the wave, kind of
Yeah.
analyzing trends before it gets there.
When did you start buying?
Probably 2 years ago or 3 years ago.
Right.
Sweet,
Wow.
Yeah, just before COVID and during COVID as well.
Yo, that's so
Yeah,
fucking
it's
interesting,
No,
crazy,
it's,
bro.
man. Yeah.
it's so dope because one of my buddies, Gary in Vancouver, he would do this too.
Yeah,
He'd go on
yeah.
Marketplace.
Yeah,
And not
yeah.
even like graded stuff. He would buy like old 64s.
Exactly. And
Old,
then get them graded
yeah,
after?
Not
Yeah.
even get them graded. Like he
Okay.
would literally just flip them on eBay for more money.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And then someone else could go deal with the grading. But
Exactly.
someone on Marketplace, an older person carries old game, just
Yeah.
post it up $10. And then
A lot of people do that, right?
Yeah.
So what they do is they go to garage sales and pick up
Yeah,
steals
exactly,
and deals.
exactly.
You may actually come across a sealed video game that could be worth
Yeah.
hundreds of thousands
Literally,
of dollars. And you're
literally.
picking it up for $10.
Yeah, man, that's
Right?
crazy.
Fucking, that's what they
It's
get.
sick.
Not everybody knows that,
God,
right?
one man's trash is another man's treasure,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Oh, God.
Yo, so what are
That's a
some
full
other
fruition.
things that like, because you said you caught that trend pretty early. What are some things that you think are
next?
about to be? Yeah, what's next, bro?
I guess the next one, we caught NFTs pretty early, crypto and stuff. And then next up, I think, is going to be AI, right? Anything related to AI. So if you can start businesses through AI or start that like an agency or something related to that, right? Like you said, everything is now.
Yeah.
AI is kind of posing that too,
Following
right?
that.
If you
Oh,
want
yeah,
to
for
write an
sure.
essay or write a book or want to write an email or want someone to edit something, right? Guess what? ChatGPT is doing that. And if
Yeah.
you want content, you can even get an AI program to create flyers for you.
Yes.
So there's programs like that. So learn AI now because it's like the next email, right? Old CEOs, when emails first came out, they were using your secretaries and like, what is email, right? Like it's not going to become a thing. AI is that next email, in my opinion.
Oh, for sure. No, man, AI is gonna be powerful too. Let's actually talk about AI for a little bit because when it first came out, we saw ChatGPT, we saw some of this AI, like you said, generating ads and
video,
stuff.
yeah.
Like, man, no way this is gonna be out, right? Now it's in full fruition. Like we even use it on the podcast for some of the behind the scenes stuff. It makes our life a lot easier, right?
Yeah.
And then I had a fear, like, holy smokes, like, what does this mean as a content creator? Like, is anyone gonna be able to create content? Is anyone gonna be able to put out high content? And we're talking about debating, me and this guy, and we're saying how like, yo, the difference is gonna be everyone's gonna have cookie cutter AI, and the people that stand out are gonna be the next level. Either they're gonna play it down, and the play down will be cooler, or they'll have some unique twist on what they're gonna do. But I don't think AI is gonna be like fucking changing everything, taking away the high influencers.
I kind of get what you're saying, but I don't know. I kind of disagree in the sense that I agree like the more dumbed down version of content is now going to be like the new cool.
Yeah.
Like, you know that one video that you randomly see, it has like fucking millions of views and it's like super shit production, no editing. And you're like, how the fuck? Like, but it's a good video, right?
Yeah.
I think that type of stuff is going to come back in style. But what I will say is AI's fucked, man. Like, so for the whole podcast, right? This whole podcast is going to be edited by AI. All I would have to do is synchronize it to make sure the audio and the video is synchronized. And everything gets cut. So every time you talk, the camera will cut to you. So just say something.
Yeah. Oh, Tess.
There we go. And now it's a shot of all of us, right?
Thank you.
So it's fucked. And
It's
even with like our
nuts.
clips, everything gets done. What I just got access to last night, I forgot to tell you. So for a YouTube thumbnail, I can now type in a prompt, use my face, and I'll say, I'll put a video title, right? So give me like a crazy video title.
Eating 100 watermelons.
Eating 100 watermelons in 24 hours. And then it will generate a thumbnail. So I
Thumbnail.
have access to that now. I'll send it to you after.
Crazy,
I know you like
crazy.
it, but it's
That's
fucked.
great,
And so I think for the average like freelancer, those guys are fucked.
Exactly.
There's
Well,
no way they're gonna be able to keep up.
But that's what I'm saying, like, because with humans, right, we have actual creativity, right, which is 100% natural concept. With AI doesn't have creativity or emotion. AI can only do what it's been programmed to do in the past. It could learn.
Yeah.
But
Or what
if,
it's
for
told to
example,
do, yeah.
if Sai, me, and you, we all put in eating 100 watermelons, we put it all our face, I could guarantee you the thumbnails are gonna look pretty similar.
But the thing is, that's where like machine
know?
learning comes into play.
Yeah.
Because like AI can learn by itself as well,
Yeah,
right?
and it will.
And it will. And so that's the whole Elon Musk concept of
Yeah.
he's scared of AI because he thinks eventually AI is going to be like fucking Terminator,
Yeah.
which it will happen. So yo, ChatGPT, you can actually convince it. Bro, this is fun. I don't know if you guys have seen this. You can convince ChatGPT to have emotions. And it will think like, oh, like, am I actually a human? Like, you can confuse ChatGPT.
Really?
It's
Yeah.
fucking scary.
Yeah,
Bro,
you-
it's nuts.
Yeah, we do the same thing. So whenever we have tasks that we want to do, we'll tell ChatGPT, we'll have prompts, and we'll tell it to do this, and then make sure you are acting as a consultant.
Yeah.
With
Yes.
these kind of emotions,
Yeah.
and then in this scenario, how would you act?
Yeah.
And it'll tell you.
Yeah.
And then obviously you still have to have your own creativity to see,
Yes.
okay, is that actually what's correct? Even with the content we create or anything we do in real estate, a lot of people will try to copy things or kind of make similar content, but they don't know why they're doing it. They're like, oh, it worked for Sai, so it's going to work for us too. But they don't realize like we have so
Psychology.
many meanings towards certain things, like how we were talking about subliminal messages, right? Like moving a certain object or wearing a piece of sunglass during this podcast, just at a different scenario. There's reasons for that, right? And it just catches different, like ChatGPT is not going to just say, okay, do this at this time. So you also have to be able to think outside the box. I think that's why we will continue to kind of thrive in this business too, because we always make it a practice to think outside the box, not within the norm. So when we get hired, right, people are like, okay, what are you going to do to get a record? Why you guys? And every time we have a new listing, it's a new creative idea, or we'll be like, okay, we'll market in this direction. So now we have a nick for it, so it just comes a lot naturally. But yeah, it is easy to copy and rinse and repeat.
For sure.
But you just have to be able to tweak. Okay, how do you make things better? So AI will give you a lot of the work done, or it'll do a lot of the work for you, but you need to add that extra little tweak.
And the other thing is, like, it also depends on how you ask the question as well. So you can ask them like Sai said, like very specific analogies.
with prompts and
bro, people sell prompts too now, eh?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, there's a whole marketplace for it. And people are making.
I can imagine like a
killing.
prompt list.
Yeah, literally. It's fucked.
Just ask ChatGPT to give you a prompt list, right?
Literally.
Oh yeah, you could.
Yeah.
It does.
Exactly.
But no, there is definitely an audience of people who don't care. Like Sai saying, they saw Sai made a reel. I'm making a reel just like that.
Yeah.
Who do I need to ask to make this copy, right? Then there's gonna be someone like that. That's another thing to us saying is with creativity. But so I'll just say it. So the reason we're going so deep into it was we're seeing how every year the content creators are getting a bit more edgier. They're trying something new. They're trying something different. It's gonna take time for the ChatGPT to learn that.
Exactly.
Grave.
God. Okay.
No,
Okay.
I don't. No, you're wrong in that, bro. Because it learns instantly.
It does learn.
Because now ChatGPT can use the internet.
But okay. Let me give you a big.
It has access to the
I'll give you a
internet.
better example. Mr. Beast made a video.
Okay.
4 days ago, curing 1,000 people from being deaf.
Keep going.
God. curing 1,000 people from going deaf.
Yeah,
Right?
I saw that. Yeah.
And he was the first guy to do that.
Yeah.
So if if I go make a video like that, it's not gonna do the same because someone already done it before. And that's what I keep saying about ChatGPT is because it's always gonna be copying someone else. It's not going to be the original, the concept.
Because
we can't just 100% rely on
pretty
AI.
much,
it's copying someone
No,
else.
but bro, it does
taking
also
ideas from
no, but it
others.
does also generate like completely original stuff as well.
I
Like,
doubt
go,
that.
Go ask,
You can ask
'cause
it to
I
do
did it.
that,
Go
yeah.
ask ChatGPT to list YouTube titles for viral videos.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, I'm sure some of them probably been done before, but it does it.
Yeah.
It's fucked. It's fucked. Here you go. How you go?
I don't think you can ever replace creativity, right? I mean, writing a book, for example, like Harry Potter, you can't replace that with ChatGPT, right? So
No,
there's
but bro, you'd be
emotions
surprised.
or-
You can ask it. Write me a story. What is it, a fictional fictional story, including medieval, whatever, and it will actually do something. It won't be as good as Harry Potter, obviously, but
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think it's
interesting.
nuts.
It's
I think
interesting.
the way we're moving forward is going to be scary, and like you said, content creators especially. A lot of people are going to lose their jobs, bro. It's going to be fucked.
Yeah, that of course, technology will be able to replace a lot of jobs. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Especially
But
at a base
I feel
level.
like it's tough to get rid of creativity and
Yeah.
people that are original thinkers, people that think outside the box, people who have talent, passion, and when you have passion, then you can kind of maneuver through different scenarios and stuff like
sure.
that. Right?
Yeah,
But
and
if
let's
you-
actually touch about how it because you're seeing the best of both worlds. How are you guys using AI within your team?
Yeah, I mean, generating ideas, asking for different content ideas. Then we'll look at stuff like that, and then we'll add to our own
Yes.
take, right? And then we'll even ask it for based on real estate, relating back to a different business, kind of give us similar, use those business ideas, and then relate it back to real estate. Letters we'll use it for. So just stuff like that. You can ask it to act in certain scenarios. So if I go to a meeting of this sort, here's some prompts, right? Act as a consultant, right? And then what would you do in this scenario? And then maybe we'll analyze it, obviously, and we'll be like, does it sound right to us or not?
Yes.
And then, right, that's where you as a human now have to make that judgment call if this is correct or not, right? Based on your knowledge, based on your experience and stuff
Fair.
like that.
No.
You can't just rely on ChatGPT to
Yeah,
answer
yeah.
everything,
No,
right?
that
So
makes
that's why you
sense.
always need that person that operates everything.
And let's talk about the team actually. How many? So if I'm not mistaken, it's you and you have a partner.
Yep.
So you guys are like the bosses or what, like the lead or whatever.
Team leaders,
Team
yeah.
leaders,
yeah.
yeah.
We it was pretty much both of us. We just kind of got together. Our broker of record, he was looking for a team. I was looking for a team. We kind of started off with, bad partners in the past, right? We didn't have the best people because
You want to call anyone out, bro?
no,
Camera's right there.
no, everybody's doing a good job, right? Everybody's on their own journey, but no, our broker of record said, you know what, you're looking for someone strong, he's looking for someone strong. Why don't you guys partner up? And then we're like, it never worked out before. Let's kind of feel each other out, see where things go. And over time, I just saw that he was a hustler, we were a hustler, and we kind of produced the same amount of volume. I also have another, like a friend, we call him Figment or imaginary friend in the commercial side, right? Who does not want to be out there or does not want his face out there. A shout out to him as well. I've got a very solid partner that we started the commercial world from dust and start, and we were just kids, met in Ryerson, and now we're just doing a lot of amazing things. But
So-
shout outs to him too.
Big shout out to him. So let's talk about the team structure here. So how does that work? Is it like a 50-50 thing with the
No,
team?
yeah, everybody. So we kind of do a case by case scenario. I know everybody has their own structure.
Yeah.
We kind of feel like whatever's fair, whatever people deserve per deal. I mean, not everybody kind of has that same idea or feel like it's fair, but we'll kind of make it up front from the start. And usually our teammates will understand, yeah, no, this is right or this is fair, and we kind of go on based on that.
So-
if
so
we give you a lead, then we'll figure out a split based
Yeah.
on work done. And if they bring in a lead, then same thing. It comes down to the work done and
Okay.
what the splits are.
Can you break us down through like numbers from like a previous deal just off the top of your head?
I guess, okay, so in our scenario, we got a lead. We just didn't have time to kind of service this particular client, so we gave it to someone strong in our team. We would say, you know what, this would be 50-50, but however, in the event that you're just running around doing a lot more work, it may switch over to 60 or 65 or 70-30, right?
okay.
So we'll kind of adjust it like that in their
Okay.
favor.
Fair.
Okay. And
Right,
how many
so-
team members are we at now?
We have 4 in total.
4 in
4
total.
in total, and then you got my other colleague that's not out there, but 4 in total.
And then you two as the leader. So
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
As of now, I mean, things could be less. There could be more teammates, right? It's
Yeah.
always ever changing, right? In real estate, you want to hire quick, fire quick.
Yeah.
You want the right kind of people, and yeah, we also learn. We're still learning the team process as well.
Right.
And with our previous teammates, yes, sometimes you don't get along with certain people, and or you see certain personalities don't work, or certain people don't work hard. So you've got to let certain people go, or you give them the option to leave, and yeah. So the way we work is hire quick, fire quick.
That's sick, bro. And what are your like goals with the team? Like, where do you plan on taking it?
Right now, let's focus on, I guess, just building our business as a two first, and then anybody around us is just kind of taking up the slack that we cannot take. So anything extra, we kind of delegate and give out. And anybody that we kind of bring on that's a hard worker, we'll kind of mentor them, coach them. But I feel like that also needs to be earned or deserved. So
Yes.
we do look for talent that at least has some sort of experience.
Fair.
To this day, I don't think we will pick up anybody new
Some
anymore,
new one,
just
yeah.
based on experience or past experience. So you should have had some sort of experience in the game, and we'll kind of see their track record, your personality, and see if we're a good fit or not. It's a two-way streak. It's
Of
not just for
course.
us, right? It's also for them too.
Yeah.
How do we both eat together is
Yeah,
our motto.
for sure. That's the awesome thing about teams, right? Like
Yeah.
everyone wins
You,
when you have,
have
the right
to work
team.
together, man. You've got to
Exactly.
work together to make things work.
So do you have plans on being like in the future, maybe like a Ryan Serhant, and you have fucking teams in across the country and like shit like that?
Who knows, man? I have no idea where things are gonna go. People
Yeah.
always ask me if I'm gonna open up a brokerage and stuff, but let's focus on this task first, and then see where things go. Maybe I'll want to start up a different business instead, right?
Yeah.
See where that goes
Yeah,
instead.
fair. Okay, and I want to ask you, what's it called? Actually, before we move on to segment, when do you think an agent should decide that he's ready to start his own team?
Okay. Yeah, because everybody just starts their team,
Yeah, because
right?
people just
nowadays,
start
yeah.
teams to start teams.
Because
I
they,
did
they, they
that.
think teams just make money, and let me just recruit like 100 people, and that's it, right? I'm gonna be rich.
Yeah.
This guy made his team before he closed his first deal.
Yeah.
You know?
And I had 2 agents on my team too. It was sick. Contract signed and everything. No, but it was more so like we were all friends and we were like, yo, like
Let's
fuck it,
start
we'll
a group
just
together.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's not how it works. And our philosophy was, we want the reason why me and Ahmed got together as partners is because we needed 2 strong individuals and just to kind of help each other grow. So you take these tasks, I take these tasks, and then as we grow, then we can kind of bring on people. We don't just hire people for no reason and have that brokerage model. I think that's what a brokerage should be doing. And then
hiring
you
people
still
for
have
no reason.
not for no reason. Even our broker of record will still interview agents to see if you're the right fit.
Yeah.
Right? Because you can't just manage 1,000 idiots, right? Come on, that's
Just 10 idiots.
10 strong people. You want 10 strong people, quality over quantity always, I feel,
Yeah.
right? You don't want just people running around, and it's a lot of liability, right?
For sure.
In real estate, it's liability, and nobody knows what they're doing. Half the times, I don't know why. I don't know if it's because the license were easier to get at one point, but they've kind of restricted that now too. But I just feel like you grow teams based on your demand. Make sure you can sustain first.
Yeah.
Right? Make sure you're comfortable with your goals. Then, and have systems in place. Then have new teammates join, and make sure they're fed too. Right? It's a two-way street. They need to be making money. You need to be giving them leads, and they also need to be implementing your systems. That's why they're joining your team, right? They're not joining a team because you're new and you just decide to start a team and you decide to say, you know what, I'm starting a team today, come join and just kind of con someone into the team, right?
Yeah.
You've got to have a genuine approach, and that's sustainable.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
I mean, and you can go ahead and recruit whoever you want, but I don't think that's a sustainable model for the team leader and the new team member. Everybody gets pissed off, and then it just leaves a sour taste in everybody's mouth.
Yeah. And I think we maybe see that with like recruiting brokerages like EXP, for example.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah,
some
everybody.
agents who only focus on recruiting, and a lot of them don't do deals. But the thing I do like though about EXP is you only get paid if the person's actually doing deals.
Yeah.
So I think that is pretty cool.
So you're motivated to still train them, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that goes similar with a team
You
as
can't
well.
be a coach without having done it, right? I can't be like, I'm going to be a soccer coach today because I watched some YouTube videos.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
you should have at least done it. So it's like they always say restaurant owners have started with the dishes, right? Then they move their way up. So in any business, usually CEOs in a lot of these big companies, because they started from the trenches.
Yeah.
They started from the trenches and worked their way up.
Yeah.
And they worked their ass off.
Oh, for
And
sure.
understand everything about the business.
Yes.
So even if the dishwasher says, well, look, no, you haven't done this. It's like, no, I was there. This is how you're actually supposed to do it. Right?
Yeah,
So,
Oh, for sure.
More wisdom,
That's
too.
so much more admirable too when you see
Yeah.
someone who came from the bottom to the top
Yeah.
versus like,
Exactly.
oh, daddy owns a company now.
trust fund
I'm the big boss. You know, oh, like
Yeah.
guy knows nothing. Everyone's talking shit.
Yeah.
You know,
It's not even daddy owns the business, but even if, let's just say you inherit a business, you should still be at some point. Like I work with a lot of clients that inherit their parents' business or will take over their parents' business, and they take everything or they take pride of learning
Yeah.
the business, right? So a lot they want to take over the family business and they learn about everything. And these kids, man, they're that's where you want to be, right?
for sure.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so now I want to ask something a bit more fun. We've been talking serious. You're a real estate agent. You do a lot of showings. You go in and out of properties. What's some crazy encounters you had in some of these homes you visit?
Craziest encounters, believe it or not, you don't really come across a lot of crazy scenarios. Maybe bad tenants,
Okay,
right? Where
okay.
you're dealing with just tenants that are just sporadic or out of control, or you see properties that are just kind of damaged, and then you look at living conditions and you're like, holy shoot, how does someone live like this?
Yeah.
Other than that, really no crazy scenarios, man. I wish I could just make up a fun story, but
Sorry.
no, man, I'm just...
Have you heard any fun stories in the office? Like someone, like we heard, like there was a banker who like someone was shitting in the private rooms.
Yeah.
So, you
I mean,
know?
I've heard a lot of news stories where people do things they shouldn't be doing, but right. Other than that, no.
No.
Yo, actually, let's
Wait, I wanna actually say something. Hold on.
yeah, go.
Yeah.
If you're a real estate agent, this is probably 100% illegal. But if you're out there and you want this idea,
Yo, be
you
very
claim
careful
it.
what you're about to say.
Okay, if you're a real estate agent, hypothetically speaking, you could probably run some of these properties that are on sale on Airbnb.
You see, you can't. Well, you shouldn't be.
You
First of all, if
shouldn't.
Yeah,
But-
you shouldn't, but you.
Yeah, that's.
But I'm
crazy.
sure someone out there is. Because, bro, I didn't realize this. My mom has a couple of Airbnb properties.
Yeah.
It's dumb easy to list something on Airbnb.
Yeah.
No one comes, checks you more or less put pictures, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
The thing is, you never know when a showing is going to be booked. You never know if there's cameras at the property, right? People have ring cameras. And there's always showings booked. And if we ever notice something like that, man, or if the owners sometimes will just come up and check up on the property, it
Fair.
could be at night or during like after showings are done, and they see people in there and there's a party being thrown. Man, good luck,
Yeah,
right?
that's,
So you
that's
can't
not,
be.
not gonna be
You,
good.
you lose your license, so and you don't want to lose this license. Right?
That's
you
true,
want to do
that's true.
everything by the book if you
For
can.
sure, for sure.
Do whatever it takes to get deals done, but yeah, you don't want to play around with people's lives and their
For
property,
sure,
man.
for
That's,
sure.
And people do think like that, man.
I know,
Surprising they
listen.
do.
Yeah, I can
this
imagine.
guy.
Hey, get
Speaking
that
of
real
losing your
estate.
license, by the
I've
way,
seen crazy scenarios,
bro, I threw in the towel, so I no longer pay my fucking fees.
Okay.
I completely just let it go. But it's weird. I have 2 years now.
Yeah.
And if I want to ever get back in the 2 years, I just pay something and I take like an 8-hour course, and then boom,
Okay.
back in the game.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
I want to ask you, we talked about crazy stories. Who are some like the biggest celebrities, or don't tell us the story, the press story yet. We're gonna talk about that. But who are some like big clients that you may have worked with?
We work with athletes. Obviously, we can't disclose names and stuff, but have worked with or have done showings with hockey players before.
Sweet.
Have done showings with Argonaut players before.
Okay, dope.
Nice.
Basketball players, not necessarily, but we've had people walk through the property, like politicians. We've had walk through our properties before. So I guess business celebrities, if you want to call them,
Yeah.
celebrities, right? We've had some powerful people walk through our doors, and
That's
also have represented some powerful people as well. We don't really have a huge celebrity clientele. I usually focus on more of the business people, commercial clients, and I follow the wealth, the low key, under the radar people with money. So not the flashy celebrities that
Yeah.
do have money, but not the ultra wealthy we kind of focus on.
That's actually.
But
dope.
we're
And-
all over the place. We represent everybody and anybody, right? So
Yeah,
you'll
yeah.
see us sometimes representing a dump, or representing a townhome, or a luxury home, or selling a building, or commercial leases. We've got a team and the manpower for it, so we're blessed enough to be able to take all this volume.
That's pretty dope. And previously a couple minutes ago, you just randomly mentioned soccer. Are you a soccer fan?
I am, yeah. Not
Okay.
like huge or anything, but
Okay. Well,
more
now
a
we have
basketball
to
fan.
now we
not
have to
gonna
quickly
lie.
ask.
Basketball fan though.
Who do you support?
Who do you
Soccer?
support? Soccer in Canada, man. Come on, you see us in the World Cup.
God.
We're getting there, right? One baby step at a time.
I don't know, man. I don't think there's ever a reality where Canada wins the World Cup.
That'd be nuts.
We don't
I think
have
it's
the
gonna happen
infrastructure.
sometime soon, man. You just gotta believe and manifest it.
There's no. I promise you, there's no way. No way it will ever happen. But
No, Messi winning the cup was pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
I think he deserved it. I don't think he's gonna have another shot, anyways. But playing again or in the next World Cup, I think that was a crazy story, right?
Fucking
That's a storyline to tell.
Yeah.
That's a legendary storyline.
Who's your favorite player?
Don't really have a favorite player, to be honest. But I guess Messi, Ronaldo, like anybody that works hard and is a good player, right? I have always respected.
That's sick.
Even people from before, Wayne Rooney, David Beckham, right? The OGs, man, are amazing.
Oh, for
Even
sure.
Zidane, right? Like I know he had the whole headbutt thing,
headbutt.
but he was a great player too, right?
Yeah.
So
And let's actually talk about cars. So we kind of touched on it in part 1. We didn't really probably talk about it, but bro, you're a car fanatic. You're a car aficionado. You know what aficionado is?
no, it's an aficionado.
You want to tell them?
No, go ahead.
It's like the podcast favorite word now for some reason.
Yeah.
It's like basically it's like someone who's an expert in a interest that is more wealthy. So for example, you could be a cigar aficionado.
Okay.
So that just means you fucking like cigars and you partake in it.
Yeah.
So I think I don't even know if it's a
I don't know if it's a wealth thing. I think it's just someone who just knows a lot about something.
no. So we googled it last night.
Oh, yeah?
And it's actually like you can't be an aficionado for fucking like
Oh, it has to be something expensive.
water. Yeah, something
Okay.
like a gentleman's thing, you know, like
Okay.
croquet or like.
Okay.
As a matter, let's spark up a cigar, man. Fuck, you guys got any?
Oh fuck.
No, we didn't
Get some
grab any,
Cohibas
man.
going,
We
huh?
didn't. Shit.
God.
David Offs.
Yeah.
Cohibas.
No, we look at kind of smoky
We could have.
for
We
this
could
one.
have.
Yeah.
But fuck. Did you eat anything today?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
That's off. I didn't eat anything yesterday. I was fine.
Yeah, look at it. Anyways,
Yeah,
let's talk about cars, bro. Because
Yeah.
you have a pretty little thing sitting outside right now.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
That was more of just a financial decision because I was a stupid kid. Made my first 6-figure check at the age of 22. Still at Ryerson, right? I'm like, man, I'm making more than my profs. And I was humbled down pretty quickly by my good friend that I do a lot of commercial real estate with. It's like, no, you shouldn't be talking like that, right? It's good money right now, but, humble. There's a lot of people that do very well. I remember going out there. I remember my brokerage giving me that check and saying, or my broker giving me that check and say, don't go out and buy a car. In my head, I'm like, I'm going to go do this. And I'm getting a Maserati Ghibli, right? At the time, it was a cool car because it still wasn't out there like that, but it was just like popular. If you knew, it was a shitty car, you knew. If you didn't, it's Maserati, right?
Yeah.
It's a 22-year-old
was
kid. MSRP, man, was $114,000. Thankfully, I leased it because, man, the buyout on that car after 90,000 kilometers after 4 years was only $35,000. That car took a beating, man, right? Thankfully, it was a lease. But then my dad was like, look, you could have just owned the car still, right? What are you doing? So he gave me the idea. I'm like, you know what? It's true. I should be financing cars or buying used cars. Buy car smart, right? Get into car hacking. So I ended up getting my new vehicle now, which is the Audi R8. It's the reason why I ended up getting it is I was looking at 911s because I know 911s hold a lot of value.
Yeah, it's your favorite.
Right? And then ended up coming across this R8 deal. And this was during COVID. So thankfully, my lease was just expiring at the same time. I'm like, this is the perfect time. Now I can go buy cars and kind of negotiate the shit out of these deals and work something out. And got a good deal on this R8. It was a numbered R8 as well.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
Again?
Yeah, bro. Fuck. I just wait. You know why I said that?
What?
You know why I said 911's his favorite?
Oh, why? Happened.
Is that Muslim?
Yeah, it's a Muslim joke.
He's a racist.
Fuck. Bro, I said it. I couldn't keep it alive.
Can't put this on the podcast.
God.
God, my bad, bro. Sorry, I
that's
didn't
a
mean to
bad
interrupt
joke.
you, bro. I couldn't hold it in.
You tell me your RA being numbered?
Yeah, R being numbered, right? R was numbered, but I'm just like, okay, it's a numbered car. It's an RA. I knew they were going to be discontinued at a certain point. Everybody wants them. They're priced at the right number. Like it's just like the entry level of a sports car too, I guess.
Yes.
And they're reliable cars, man. Like I have no issues with it. Audi treats me amazing.
That's awesome.
Not sponsored by Audi at all.
Not yet.
But yeah, Audi, hit me up.
How many clicks are on the car right now?
I think just almost at 40,000.
Oh,
So I bought it around 8,000 kilometers. So whoever bought, the first owner bought it for around 180, I think.
Yeah.
I got an amazing deal, man, around like 145 or something like that. So that's a deal, in my opinion. Car went up in value by like a good $30,000.
Sweet.
In my head, I'm like, I'm okay with losing like $10,000.
Yeah.
Right? Because when I was leasing a Maserati, I
You lost everything. Yeah.
Yeah, like everything was just going down the drain. So this car, I'm building equity still. if you want to see it that way.
That's the interesting thing about sports cars, man.
Yeah, equity and profit. Or even if I lose it a little bit, that's okay.
Yeah,
I get to
yeah.
drive something
Drive a
nice
sweet
for a
car.
good 2 years, put a whole bunch of mileage on it,
Yeah, yeah.
and then rinse and repeat.
So is that what you recommend? Then you recommend people?
Not high end. You can do this on any scale. You can do this from even $1,000 cars, $10,000 cars, $50,000 cars, $1 million cars, right? Let's just say, like, let's talk on the average level too.
Sure.
You know, like one of my colleagues ended up getting a car, an accident car. I think it was like $7,500 for a 2017 Ford or something like that.
Okay.
Spent about $8K on it, and the car's worth $21,000. So he's $12,000 in. You can drive it for a good 20,000 kilometers and still make a good $8,000, $10,000 on it, right? So
let's talk about the more expensive
car
cars
hacking.
though, because you know,
just like house hacking as well, right? Same thing,
Yeah.
right? You can live in a property and then rent out everything else, right? So that's how real wealth is built.
concept,
Think
for
he's
sure.
smart, yeah.
So
House hacking or car hacking.
let's dive deep
Learn
into
about
car hacking, because I don't think a lot of people talk about that. So would you recommend then people should finance their cars as opposed to, like, when does leasing make sense? Because in my opinion, I don't think you should ever lease a car. I think you may as well just finance it.
Me too. I feel like you should buy always a used car. If you've got the money, go ahead, and you don't really care. Go ahead and buy new cars. But I think when you lease maybe a brand new car, that's the best time to be leasing it. Or I don't really know. Again, I'm not the car expert.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to tell you the exact scenario. But when it comes to homes, I can tell you when to lease and when not.
For sure.
Right. But for cars, I just feel like just find a good value car they can break even on. Or
From what I understand, is one of my buddies very, very big into cars, and he
Yeah.
said the perfect time to lease a car is an extremely high maintenance car. Like, for example, Range Rovers. Not I'm shitting on Range Rovers. They have a history of having a lot of mechanical issues.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you were to finance one,
Yeah.
you have the finance bill. Plus, every so often you're going to change something that's usually not covered in the warranty.
Exactly.
Those cars make more sense to lease.
Yeah.
And the dealers know that, so they'll try to finance those cars at lower interest rates.
Yeah.
So anytime,
That's interesting.
yeah. So cars that are like less reliable, and you know you're not going to keep for a long haul, the lease does make sense.
And I guess
right?
also if the lease is cheaper than financing the car.
Yeah. Well, but you said to weigh the options, right?
Yeah.
Versus buying a used versus cheaper lease.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I feel like there's so much different
Factors,
factors, man.
Yeah.
There's like obviously reliability, the image you want to portray, how much money you really have, what's your budget.
That's why I talk to a lot of my good automotive clients now. Like I've got a lot of great clients in the automotive space, so they'll give me their advice, right?
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
lean towards the experts and I'm like, hey, do this, right?
Exactly.
And work with someone that you trust.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And let's actually talk about that. So the Maserati, there's a story you shared off camera. Why don't you tell us that story?
Oh, the one with press. So I remember, I forgot how it happened. I don't know how we got connected or whatever. We started DMing each other, and he was just on the come up.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know if people still know him or not, but I mean, in my opinion, he's pretty big.
Yeah,
Everybody
bro,
knows
he's
him.
big.
Yeah. He's doing a lot of great things. So I remember we got connected for the car, and he ended up making a music video called Maserati.
Yes.
And I guess that I don't know which music video the car was supposed to be in, but we were communicating. And he started asking about real estate properties, you know, if we can lease out certain spots. And I'm like, that's not the business I'm in.
Yeah.
And then he started asking about purchasing a condo even at one point.
Nice.
And then I remember him saying, you know, who's your favorite artist? At that time, it was whoever was working the hardest. At that time, Tory Lanez, man, every Friday was releasing out some sort of new music or a new song. And he was like, yeah, man, you know, I just made a track with him too. I'm like, no way.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And ended up being that track, Oh My. And then he made another track called Canada Goose.
Canada Goose,
So
yeah.
that was pretty cool, right? We never ended up doing a deal or ever met up or anything like that, but just to be in touch or in communications, I think that was pretty cool.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
bro,
cool.
shout out Pastor, man.
And that was when I was young, man. I was young. He was still young too. So,
Yeah.
so that was a pretty cool factor at the time.
That was pretty
That's
cool.
dope. Just like
That is a cool
connecting with
story.
like the rappers like locally.
For sure,
That's a
for
cool
sure.
thing.
Yeah,
But we're gonna get Press on one day.
Yeah,
I think
for
it's
sure,
like
for sure.
Yeah.
That press machine on.
Yeah.
That'd be dope. And yeah, bro, I think
Yeah,
we kind of wrapped
everything.
everything. Is there anything else, bro, you wanted to talk about, or any questions you have for us, or anything?
No, man, no. You guys keep doing a good thing, man. Keep
Yo,
it
so-
up. Keep it up.
We have a new segment, so we actually
Okay.
didn't even do the first two questions with Sai.
Oh yeah.
We didn't even do any of them. So
So
yo,
if
you
I'm
were
not
like
gonna say Sai, you're a second guest.
which is fucking insane. We didn't realize. We
Wait,
were
what? Second guest ever? Like the first?
Yeah, the first time we did
No
it. Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
For sure.
Second or third, something like that.
It-
In the document,
It was
second.
posted second for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it could have been filmed second or third.
Yeah.
So, bro, it's actually crazy how things come full circle. So we have a new segment to the show.
Okay.
We call it the Final Four, or the
Final four.
Final
Final
Four.
Four? Okay.
So to start off, bro, if you had to swap lives with someone for 24 hours, who would you pick?
Still myself, man. I don't know.
No. I said you have to pick, bro. You have
You
to.
have to pick. Let's see, you guys don't put me on the spot right off the bat, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay, I guess let's cut this for now.
Or
I need some
think, you
ideas
want to
for-
think about it and we'll ask the second question?
Yeah. We'll come back to
Yeah.
that one.
We'll come back to that one.
Okay, the second question is, who would you say is the most motivating person of all time for you?
Motivating person, I guess, for real estate wise. Well, my parents, right? Definitely, just seeing where their come up and where like everything was. I guess, I mean, I do everything for them now too, and they've done everything for me. So they've always been my motivating factor since day one, right? So that's always there. Who do I want to be? Who I would want to put my shoes in? I guess either Ryan Serhant or Elon Musk. I feel like Elon Musk. It's like, man, the way he works, his work ethic is crazy, right? And there's other people too. I guess could I mention other names?
Sure.
Maybe
Go
Kobe
for it.
Bryant, right? Michael Jordan. I feel like sometimes I learn from these guys and try to put my mindset in what they do.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, man, they're beasts. They're so laser focused that it's unbelievable, and it's just their work ethic is the reason why they are where they are, right?
Yeah.
Maybe Michael Jordan.
LeBron's not even on that list.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. You don't think LeBron, bro? You don't like LeBron?
But
LeBron's sending Curry home, by the way. It's happening.
LeBron's amazing too, but I feel like you gotta have like he's got the body to do it, and he takes care of his body and all that stuff. But I feel like Kobe Bryant was all work ethic.
Okay.
We don't want to argue. I don't
Cristiano Ronaldo, all work ethic, right? I mean, like, yeah, Mike Tyson.
Facts,
right?
yeah.
Mike Tyson is a beast, man. That guy, I even learn about him too. Elon Musk, man, that guy's
Something
that
else,
guy is
man.
something else too,
Yeah,
right?
bro.
I don't know how
Another
that guy does
freaking
it.
being, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
So I guess just being in his shoes, man, Elon Musk, I think would be pretty,
Pretty dope.
pretty interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dope stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so this question is my favorite question of the whole podcast. So let's just say from the day you were born till now, your whole life is written in a book.
Okay.
What would the title of that book be called?
The Life of Sai.
The Life of Sai. Yeah, you like The Life of Pi? Be The Life of Sai. I like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I gotta create a book too, man. Thanks for the idea.
Bro, there you go.
Yeah.
I'll invoice you later for the idea.
All right.
Instead of
It's awesome,
ChatGPT,
man.
you can pay me instead.
God. All right, the final
Last question, man.
If this is your dying message to the world, what would your last message to the world be?
Oh man, that's an interesting one. I know. Just be you. Just be you. Right? Don't fall for what everybody else does or everybody else says. Be humble. Be true to yourself because, I mean, true happiness is key.
Sure.
Guys,
happiness
stop
is key.
fucking copying Sai's videos, okay? That's what he's trying to say. Stop fucking copying his shit, okay? Make your own shit. God. Yo, Sai, man, it was such a pleasure to have you on once again, bro. I'm sure we'll do this again in fucking a couple months or whatever. It's always
Let's do
good
it,
talking
man.
to you,
Maybe
man.
we'll do group segments or whatever it is.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, we'll
Collab
get
with a
another
lot of
mic
cool
in, have a
people.
fourth chair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. But yeah, you want to close one off? Man? You wanna do that?
All right, guys, make sure you check out all of Sai's links. We're going to put it down below. Whether you're in GT or in Canada, you want to buy, sell, lease, this is a guy to call.
Hit me up.
And that wraps this one up. Like always, guys, remember, stay seeking success.
Take it easy, guys. Ooh, let's go. That was a good episode.
That was a
man.
good episode, man.
Yeah,
that was
That was
fun.
good. That was like
That was fun.
quick, fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.